Hello, flosstube. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, I have a hair over here. Yeah, welcome to the channel if you're new, and welcome back if you are not new, if you're old. My name is Danielle. I'm often called Queen Bee. Anyway, I just thought I would stop in and kind of do a vloggy kind of deal, because I haven't done one of those in a little bit. So yes, I hope you're doing well. I am in relatively good spirits because today is the first day of like the first full day of school, so from 8:30 to 2:30, which is, after summer break, is refreshing. Oh my god. It's been, I mean, this past summer was it was better than it has been in the past. In the past it's been like interminable, but no, this summer our daughter kept herself quite busy and was able to kind of entertain herself a little better than in the past. In the past, it was just like, oh my gosh, we have to be entertainment committee all the time. It's annoying. So, I'm glad she's off to school. She's in the 4th grade, and yeah, I think she's going to enjoy it. Every year, she likes the new challenges and things. She gets bored with routine stuff she already knows. Because she's a nerd, just like us. She can't help herself. So, without further ado, let's do a whip parade, shall we? I've got a few goodies here. Here's one that I've been working on. It's a sugar skull of Marilyn Monroe, if you can't tell. But I'm pretty sure you can. It's been folded up for a bit, so that's why it's a little bit warped looking. I dyed the fabric myself. It's just, I think it's 18 count Ada that I jam jar dyed with some black, red. And I think might be some brown in there, but I think it's just black, actually. But yeah, it's coming along. Now all I have to do is her hair. And believe it or not, the pattern calls for all of her hair to be filled in a yellow, yellowy color for, to kind of mimic her platinum blonde. I think I'm going to go a different route. I will fill it, but I will fill it with kind of a blend of different colors, because in order to fill in that much hair, it calls for, like, I don't know, 3 skeins of some really, really pale yellow color that I don't know the number of off the top of my head. And I'm like, I think I'm gonna do like what I've normally been doing and just do what I've got from my stash. I actually changed out some of the stuff, like the pattern originally is I think 3 colors. It's the black, red, and yellow for the hair. But I thought, this pose is classically Marilyn, and it reminds me of the Andy Warhol style. So I figured I would go full-on pop art with it and do like the blue eyeshadow that is in that Warhol Marilyn piece, and that's why I'm going to take liberties, I think, with the hair. This spider web dealie is, it was originally stitched in black on the pattern, but I thought, I have a nice gray that would look really cool, I think, and just add a little bit of depth. So that's why I stitched it with gray instead of black. 'Cause you know me, I can't follow the rules. So it's coming. It's coming along nicely. I'm happy with it. Another work in progress is, I've seen this a lot on Facebook. People are, oops, just a minute. A lot of people have done this already, but I just started it, so no, I'm not done yet. This is the Adventure Awaits Sal, and I am doing, I don't remember what what installment this is. I think it's the third one. Yep, month 3. Which is basically these huts here, these pyramids. It's the African, it's going to kind of come down like that. It's the African continent. We've finished Eurasia, basically, Europe and Asia together up there. So, it's coming along. I just started it like a couple days back, so I haven't had time to do that much. So, there's that. And that's basically it for works in progress. As I'm sure some of you know, I don't tend to have a lot of projects on the go. I'm sorry, I'm looking all over the place because I hear, you know, stuff moving around behind me and whatever. Anyhow. I know a lot of people have, you know, like many projects on the go and all that, and I just can't do that. It's too overwhelming. So if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you'll know that about me. So those are the 2 things I've got on the go, is my stitch along, because I have no choice to have that on the go. And the Marilyn piece. It's the Marilyn piece is from Cross Stitch with Art on Etsy. It's a digital pattern. I will link it below. And it goes along with my next, this is complete, but I have to fully finish it, obviously. It's the dragonfly. I finished it. Yay! This is also Cross Stitch with Art. This is a complimentary pattern I got from them as well, because I bought a couple of things and it was a buy one get one free sale, so I picked this. The only color I changed about it is the variegated thread that is kind of the outline of the wings. That kind of defines them a bit. That wasn't there, and the reason is because I couldn't just leave it be the ecru against this linen, because the wings are all stitched, solidly stitched, and that's ecru, and that's much too similar to this linen. This is a cotton linen blend Ada, which I thought was pretty awesome, and I had to buy it because I like that natural idea for the dragonfly. But then I got home and realized, oh crap, there's so much more ecru in this than I remembered. So I had to come up with a creative solution, and that was my solution, was to outline it in kind of a different color, or colors. So there's that. Oh, and there's another thing I need to talk about before I show you the next thing. I've decided that after a great deal of deliberation, especially for me, I don't tend to deliberate on these things too much, but My throat is a bit sore. But the reason I deliberated for quite a while is because I thought, I don't know if it's just a trend or whatever, but after talking with Stitcherista a bit, emailing back and forth and stuff like that. Hi, Danielle. Other Danielle. She said that she really enjoys diamond painting as much as she does because it's like cross stitch basically, but it's quicker, and in a lot of ways it's cheaper, which is true. And it sort of helped grow her channel and kind of get herself out there because it's really taken off as a popular hobby. So I looked at other YouTube channels and got to know kind of what the gist of stuff is, and so I ordered a kit. Now, kits take time to get here, right? So, and of course, being me, I'm kind of an all-in or all-out person. I'm kind of binary like that. It's yes or no for a lot of stuff, especially stuff like this. So I went ahead and I ordered a kit. It is here now. I have unboxed it and filmed that. And I filmed another video with a different kit that I bought on AliExpress as well that got here in the interim. But we went away on a family holiday to Vancouver Island, which is a few hours away from here. It's, well, including the ferry trip, it's about 6 hours, 6.5 hours. Because we stayed at my mom's place, and she lives really close to the ferry terminal, so it wasn't any kind of a drive when we got across to the other side. So we were there for a week, and our daughter was with her other grandma. She was with my husband's grandma, and we were staying with my mom to visit. But unfortunately, my mom caught a terrible flu, and she was just like, she was in bed, and she wasn't feeling well, and she was like, ugh. She was just a disaster. I felt so bad about it, but that kid left us with a bunch of downtime. Just my husband and I hanging out, which is fine. We're good with that. We're good at entertaining ourselves with Netflix and whatnot. So we went out. We went to a Michael's, and I was like, you know, since we're here and we don't have any like serious plans, I need something to do. I did bring my stitching, but I thought, I want to try something different. So we went to Michael's and we got a Diamond Dots kit. Because my husband was kind of interested in learning about it a little as well, because I've always said he would be a very good cross-stitcher because of the counting and the logic and the kind of, I said you don't need to have a lot of like finesse with a needle. Like, it's not like embroidery where you kind of need to have a certain way with a needle that you develop with time and just learning and getting better and better, right? So I said it's yeah, you follow a chart. It's all, you know, it's not like you're just freehanding this stuff. So, you know, if you follow it religiously and don't screw up, and if you do screw up, take it out and start over, you know, you're golden. Your stitching will come out exactly like the image, like we know, right? But he's always been kind of nervous about that. He's like, I don't know if, you know, because he's scared to spend money on something if it's not gonna work out for him. That's, I think, the main reason. My husband is so selfless like that. He doesn't ever want to spend money on himself, like, ever. While we were away on our trip, I convinced him to spend some money on himself. I was like, yeah, I know we don't have a lot of money, but you do need to treat yourself. Come on. So I'm always the one that's like, come on, spend some money on yourself, just something fun, not something practical like a blender. He does that. He'll buy himself, like, if I say buy something for yourself, he goes to the store, like Superstore or whatever, and he'll buy himself, like, something for the kitchen, like, yeah, like a blender, an immersion blender, or something completely uninteresting, you know. And he's like, well, we needed it anyway. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not the point. The point is something that you can enjoy and just, you know, do or whatever. So finally he did get himself some miniatures, but we were at the Michaels because he wanted some paint, because they're miniatures for I think he's going to use them for Dungeons and Dragons, but I think you can use them basically for any tabletop game like that if you want. But they're unpainted, so I said, well, at Michael's they have enamel paints for cars, for car kits that you can buy, model cars, and ships and things. And I said they have those, and they come in these little itty bitty jars, and they're basically like oil paint, sorta. And that's what they're for, is for painting little details like pinstripes and whatever. So I said, you know, that would be good. And I said, if you need help with the pinstriping and like I can help you with that. I was a nail tech. I'm kind of used to working in the small realm. So he said, okay. So we went together, and my mission was to find a Diamond Dots kit, because on Facebook, in one of the diamond painting groups that I'm in, I asked that. I was like, well, I'm here and I feel like an idiot because I don't have a project on the go. I don't even have a kit yet. It's coming, but I don't have it now. And one lady said to me, well, go to Michael's and get a Diamond Dots kit. It's essentially the same thing, and that'll kind of get your feet wet a little. And I said, oh yeah, okay. So I kept that in the back of my head. So when we were in Victoria, I said, well, yeah, let's go. And so I went and I found a Diamond Dots kit that I was okay with. I mean, it's not my favorite image, but it's not bad either. They're expensive. I was really, really surprised at the price difference between what you can get on, say, AliExpress versus what you get in store. I mean, I know that it's going to cost more in store. Oops. I know what you get in store is going to cost more because of, that's just the way brick and mortar is, But yeah, like I really liked the Starry Nights, the Starry Night Vincent van Gogh print. That was a Diamond Dots kit. But I imagine because of licensing, that drove the price up. And the size, I think, was a little bit bigger than what I ended up with. But they wanted like $45 before tax in Canadian dollars. So probably more like 37-ish American. And I was just like, that is a lot of money for a kit. At that price, I might as well just go and buy a poster of this painting. But anyway, I found another image that was like half that, because it was, I'm sure it's a lot smaller. And it's not full coverage, it's a partial. And the diamonds are round. I think all the diamonds in these kits are round, but I'm not sure. So this is what we ended up with. It's all done. The lips are the diamond painting. See? Sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. And then there's this kind of red, water-like reflection of the lips. So the lips themselves, that's like this whole area within the lips, that's all diamond painted. But the rest is just printed that way. So it's kind of nice. I like the way it looks. Like, it looks like it could be realistic. At the time when I got it, I opened it and was like, oh my god, this is going to be really, really stripy with the different shades of reds and pink. It's like, I don't know how that's going to blend. I don't know. But it worked out. It worked out great. I even got a picture of my husband doing it. He actually did some. He did the black in the mouth, and he did some of the other reds. And I was like, see, just look at the key on the side, and it'll tell you the number that's printed on the bag, and those are the diamonds that you stick on those, you know. So I, like, explained it to him. He's like, oh, okay, doesn't seem so hard. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's paint by numbers, basically. But it's easy, and it's fun, and it's just a different way to occupy your time rather than just sitting there staring at the TV. I'm the worst. I can't sit and watch TV like a normal person. I just can't do it. I get ants in my pants. I can't do it. So I did basically all of this diamond painting while watching Breaking Bad with my mom. Or not really with my mom. Sometimes she was around, but most of the time it was just me and my mom's husband, or it was just me by myself out in the living room. So yeah, I think it turned out okay, and it was a round one, so it was simple. I'm working on a square drill mandala piece right now. Well, I can show you a picture of it. Here's what it looks like. I did do an unboxing video of this, so you'll see this image around. And I got it from Yogo Top on AliExpress. It's a 25 by 25 centimeter piece. Oh, it says it right there. They included an inventory sheet, which I thought was nice. And I went through everything and checked everything off, and it's all there. So yeah, it was perfect. So this is square drill. I chose square because so many people were like, square is hard. So I was like, well, it doesn't seem to be harder. Why would it be harder? I kind of get what they mean now that I've done it a little. It's not fundamentally, it's not hard, but you just have to be a little more careful with how you place the drill down, obviously, because it is square. So if you put it down wrong, it'll be a diamond, you know, shape on its angle. So anyway, that's probably the biggest challenge with it, at least for me. But I've been enjoying it. I've got my handy dandy light pad like everybody uses, because that's like the fundamental tool that we need, and it does help a lot. So if you are new to diamond painting, or you're thinking about trying it out, go for it. Get a light pad. They're not cheap, or they are cheap. They're not a lot of money, and you'll be, I think, pleased with the result. If you use a light pad, it's trickier without. So that's what I have been up to this past little while. I hope that you all out there are doing well, and thank you for sticking with me through this video. In the meantime, if you want to see this channel grow and thrive, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye! I'll see you next time.